Welcome back to another episode of Procrastination Podcast where we talk about anime life and everything in between. My name's Matt,
I'm Robert.
I'm Alonzo.
and today we're just going to be reflecting on a very good experience, I would say, that we had last weekend. Um, and that was at Superstar Anime Con. And that was a good time. So we kind of talking about that today, playing some audio with some people we spoke with there, some great people really out there, and just overall good weekend and enjoyable weekend for us. But for all that, how y'all been? What y'all been up to? It's been a minute.
Man, I have been doing much of anything. Yeah, that event drained me socially, and it made me want to stay inside so much, and that's what I've been doing, man. It's just been feeling, get back to my roots,
Shame.
my hermit
Shame.
roots. That's where I want to be. But no, I other than that, nothing really. What say you, Alonso?
First off, I want to thank Robert for letting me stay at his house when I went down for the convention. Got me this big ass Cali King size air mattress, which was nice. So huge shout out to you. Fuck Virginia and Maryland traffic. Took me 5.5 hours to get home. Like that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I agree
But
with that.
otherwise, yeah, the convention
Traffic
was
is
fun.
trash.
Uh, saw a lot of nice cosplays. Uh, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah. Since then, I've been busy as well, and just I don't think I've been out that much actually myself. I was definitely tired after every day of each day that we went to. Well, I sleep when I get back home. I was
Yeah.
knocked out. But yeah, it was a good time, and yeah, it was cool getting all together again. We tried to do this earlier, but yeah, technical difficulties. But yeah, it was a good time, and this week has been just work and stuff. And I got this really nice wood carved piece of artwork here. Uh, it is a Renegon, the Sasuke specific Renegon, and I like it a lot. It looks really good in person. Every time I
Hmm.
walk in the house, I'm like, good investment. I'm actually probably gonna buy some other stuff from this vendor. I like this a lot before I'm out of Virginia, you know. But yeah, so good time. Met some great people, and we kind of talked a little bit more about that. But since Alonzo brought up a lot of the cosplays, like it's kind of brings me to my first kind of questions. Is we're just gonna be talking kind of off the cuff and candidly about our experiences. I don't know. First off, that was my first anime convention ever, so that was in and of itself. I didn't really know, a really cool experience, but I didn't really know what to expect. Um, I didn't know if it would be, to the too far end of the spectrum for like how into anime some people can be. 'Cause I think I'm really into anime, but I've never been like, one to, you know, be cosplaying or like have a full like Chinibio stage. Like I was never that far in, So I didn't know how it would be. I know you guys had been to one before, but I think this is our first one as well, at least for us together to go. You guys had went with some of our other friends, but so that was obviously made it a better experience. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but definitely a good first experience. And I don't know, like I know you guys kind of talked a little bit about how it compared to the other one. I want to talk a little bit more about how it compared to your other experiences and how you felt overall about it.
I I will say, yeah, this is basically second one I've been to. Otakon was the first one we went to. Very um that one was also pretty good. It was more people, more lines, and so it was much more socially draining, I think, than this one was, because it was like halfway through the day I'd be like, okay, I want to go back to the hotel, at Otakon. But this one was a lot
Shame.
lot less like that. But I think also we didn't have anything to do. Like we were just there
Mm,
observing, and it just felt weird being there.
mm.
Where it's just like, oh, I'm just here to observe. So, and I think first time cosplaying, so that was also pretty cool. And I think that's what gave us the kind of like, okay, this gave me a little bit of confidence, but also like gave me a little bit of like, oh, I can come up to
I'm
talk
in
to
it.
people. Right. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can talk to people because we're doing this thing now. So really, like you said, it like miles difference between um how I felt about Otakon and how I feel about Superstar Anime, which is kind of crazy because yeah, I mean comparatively, this is like I said, way less people than Otakon was, but it yeah, I was just like, but no, I enjoy Superstar Anime 100% more. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like you said, we went to Otakon a few years back. Um, I didn't like it, and part of that was because it was in DC. Like I hate DC with passion. No, not in. I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but uh, yeah, it was more like just standing around trying to figure out what to do and not doing stuff. Um, but I also went to Anime Expo twice in LA before with some of our other friends from Norfolk State, and that's a huge event. I'm talking tens of thousands of people
Jesus.
going through the convention center in LA, and man, granted, it was a lot of people, but it was also a lot of fun. You do a lot of walking. I think it took over like 20,000 steps in one day, but it was a lot of
That's
stuff to
crazy.
do, a lot of stuff you can see, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But Superstar was my first time cosplaying. It
Mm.
was just the most simplest cosplay you can get, just a shirt and some khakis that made me look like Vegeta. But hey, I'll take what I can get. People recognize me, so
They
you
did.
know I was the first one to get recognized. I was happy
He
about that.
was. It's facts. Yeah,
But
that was. I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say like that. That was, I think, not always the plan initially. It was to not
Mhm.
cosplay, and I'm glad. I guess both of y'all kind of swayed me into it. I was like, I'm good. My first one, I'm just gonna go and feel it out.
Mhm.
I was like, I don't want to go too far in.
Mhm.
First time, but I was like, you know what? Why not go too far in? Why not just go in all the way if we're gonna do it? And so I did like I think I did what I do Blue Lock. Yeah, I did Bashara from Blue Lock. I should, if I was really, really, really gonna go deeper, I would have did a little bit more with my hair and stuff. But
Mhm.
future maybe. But which I got called out on. but yeah, that was I think that definitely added to it, right? Like doing a little bit of cosplay, like going all the way, just like full immersion into the event and just kind of being fully present was just like, yeah, it just it made a difference, and it kind of made you like more excited for it too. Like,
Mhm.
like you said, getting recognized. Like, I don't know, we didn't do it to get recognized, but it is cool when people recognize the characters that you like, too.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh yeah, so I'm not the only one that cares about like this kind of niche-ish character, or this character's not as big as like the big three or something like that. It's like that's kind of a cool feeling. And always it's cool to like you can use that to like start conversations and stuff like that, and kind of again like kind of geek out a little bit more. We all obviously amongst ourselves we do that a lot, but like it's cool to expand that a little bit more sometimes. And I think that was like kind of the shocking thing for me. Like I didn't really expect it to be, people be, I feel like as anime people, a lot of us are get into anime because we kind of like aren't as extroverted socially all the
Mhm.
time. And so it was kind of not expected for me to be like, oh, we're gonna go to this event, and then all these people that are really into anime that are probably not super super social in other settings are going to be super super social to us because of
Mhm.
stuff we have on, which was, like I said, really nice surprise. But like it didn't expect it, but it was like it added to the experience. And like yeah, we ended up being like like somehow becoming acquaintances and friends with people we didn't even like know their names,
Mhm. Right.
which was cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
first experience.
I agree. I honestly I want to get right into some of the clips, and I think this will develop some of the conversation too. That see where we're so yeah. Let's play the first one.
Yeah, and just to preface it, like we did, we basically gave like a few interviews during the con. We just kind of went around and just talked to some people. Again, everybody was super super nice. So thanks to everyone that took part and gave us the chance to talk to him because I know it was kind of limited time for like the 2 days. So, but yeah, roll the clips.
Roll the clips. All right, they're not in any particular order, so I'm just gonna play this one right here.
Sounds good. Questions about anime? Great. Okay. All right. We got a whole family. Okay. We're starting with him. All right. First off, we're just asking questions for just a random podcast we do called Procrastination Podcast. Just some friends talking crap.
Yeah.
It's nothing special. But
Do it.
firstly, what's your name and what are you dressed as?
My name's Koi, and I'm dressed as Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
Well done. I can tell. I like the dedication with the earrings too, though.
Yeah,
That's like yes.
I had the sticker for the scar, but
Oh.
it was not.
Fair enough.
And I bought a really bad wig. And,
That's okay. The dedication is still there. I mean, okay. And how long have you been watching anime for? Faces.
I would say 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, 37. Don't look like it.
Oh, yeah, you're doing great. Crazy. Okay. And what's your favorite anime?
Oh, that's really hard. I'll give you my top 3.
Okay, give me top 3.
Right,
Fair
so
enough.
Top 3 is number 1's gonna be Dragon Ball.
Okay, I like it.
Right,
Classic.
old school.
Classic.
And then we're gonna go Pokemon.
Pokemon, yes.
And then
Also classic.
Attack on Titan.
Ooh. Attack on Titan is really loved in these
It's
nuts, man.
dark.
Man, I just.
Crazy. That one gets you. Yeah. Well, actually, Inuyasha too.
Inuyasha, yes. Yeah, that's
yeah.
okay.
Attack on Titan right now. I was like, you're OG.
No, Inuyasha. Inuyasha. I was so glad it came out with some extra episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. Really?
I've seen all day.
Dang, man, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Do that, but then
Well, I know we're doing next time.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay, now what's your least favorite anime of all time? In 30 years of watching anime, what's your least favorite one?
what you say. I know what you want to say, but you might make some people mad. You can say it.
Don't get in trouble on my account.
Unfiltered podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have too many viewers. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Robert
in the back. Naruto. Wow.
The only reason, and it's very valid, is because I haven't really watched it.
Okay.
When I go on deployment, I will binge it.
Okay.
To like jump right in right now, it's I got.
It's a lot.
set
It's
myself up
it's
for it.
dedication
But
with all those
yes,
episodes.
I knew as soon as I would say that, what? Everyone's like, what? I will give it a chance, but right
Okay.
now that is my least favorite.
Fair enough. Okay. We'll have to catch you next.
I think that's a good place to start talking about him, man. Koi, and he's the new sub, right? That's the
Yes.
guy in the
Thank you,
family.
Koi.
Yeah.
Much appreciated, man.
Thank you for your service.
yeah,
no,
too.
legit,
I was like,
though.
wow.
I
When he said he was deployed, him and his
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
family came dressed up. Oh
Right.
man, it was
that is
it's
cool.
very, 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 very good.
I was surprised. I kind of overlooked it when they were doing the actual interview, but it's funny how much his wife knew. Like, oh no, you like this one though. like you missing the good one. Like, and she knew what he was gonna say too about his least favorite. She's like, go ahead and say it. You know you're gonna get flack for it. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead. Don't punk out now. You know he would have heard something if he didn't go all in and just say it. She would have let him know when they got back. Like, you punked out. So I love that dynamic though. Like, that's so cool to have someone with you that's like super into anime too and into the stuff you're into and knows you that well. That's cool. It was cool. Yeah, it was a great family, great time, great guy.
Yeah. I wonder. What made him pick Demon Slayer to dress as? Especially because it's pretty popular. So
Yeah.
And yeah, then his top picks. He brought up Dragon Ball, the classic, right? Which I think came up a few times.
Yeah, it did.
In
More than I thought.
in these
It was good.
recordings. Yeah, and Also said, yeah, like we said, Attack on Titan. Or was there one in between that? I can't remember.
Pokemon.
Pokemon, right. Yeah, and that's again like he
Classic.
man, yeah. He was just naming everything he was brought up on, right? So he's
Right?
like, yeah. Naruto, yeah, I feel that. And then yeah, and then Inuyasha too. So I was like, man, that's literally Toonami as a kid. You know what I mean?
Fire, dude.
that is
I
the
mean-
whole thing, right? It's like, all right.
I love Inuyasha as a kid,
Right.
man.
And yeah, but then asking him his least favorite, and he says Naruto, and saying because he hasn't watched it, which doubly hurt me. You know, it's like, okay, you've been brought up on all of the same things except for Naruto. What you
Right.
just you just skipped that part in Toonami? You went to sleep after after 6:30. You know what?
Hey, letting
But,
Tom down, man. Tom's disappointed.
But yeah, and the crazy thing is he's not alone here, and we'll see this later. But also, like,
Right.
the reasons behind not liking anime also being not so different. Where a couple of people said that like it's just because there's so much and I didn't watch. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? Being like when I say, okay, what's your least favorite anime? I would be like something that you've watched and you bash directly,
Right.
But they're
yeah.
just saying like, no, I love anime, and I'm just gonna give you one that I don't know a lot about. Which I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems, I don't know. I just think that's the cool analysis that's happening there. But
Mm.
I don't know. What else? Alonso, you have any comments on?
My
Well, I
man.
will say, America, that for most of these interviews, I was not a part of because I was scared that I was going to scare the people being a big black man and a bad man Vegeta shirt, a bright pink shirt.
Yeah.
So,
That's the intimidation that you really need. You know?
so some of these,
Oh,
I've
no,
only
Barney's
heard for the
coming.
first time.
It's a Barbie world right now. Now's the time to have pink. Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, it was sort of a shock to hear him go from Pokemon to Attack on Titan. Like,
Yeah,
what
right?
kind of juxtaposition is that? Like, this bright, cheery Pokemon anime to death
Death
incarnate.
anime, right?
Yeah. So
Right.
I don't know. He has some particular taste. So good on him. Hopefully he enjoys Naruto. I know I did.
Yeah.
He will have to skip the fillers or
Right.
maybe do something about the fillers, but it's a good story overall. Just don't watch Boruto. But anyway,
Right.
that's all I gotta say.
they go sue us. I mean, I definitely agree. Skip the filler. Anybody watch Naruto? Skip the filler. If you're not watching Naruto the first time, I didn't watch Shippuden for a long. I think I just watched that maybe like 3 years ago. Maybe I watched all of it through. Like I hadn't watched all of it through for like a long time, like well after it had been out. So I watched all of it through, skip the fillers, like pretty regularly, and for that period, and it's well worth it for a Shippuden. I'd watch Naruto on Toonami every night. I would get VHSs and plug into this super small TV VHS thing combination thing we had to record that show when I couldn't catch it. Like I would not miss Naruto. I refused to so I watched Naruto no matter what, every episode I could, no matter what. But anyway, yeah, I hope he enjoys it. And I think he'll have a different opinion if he watches it fully through. Yeah, I thought it's interesting because he's kind of like a lot of people's favorite or things that they kind of got brought up on, or at least in their top 3 things they got brought up on. And I think that's kind of like how most people are, like we're similar people. Our favorite things, like favorite foods, shows, like colors and things like that. Those sort of stuff is kind of like from childhood, like it's kind of like the same things, like, and those good memories kind of just stick with you, And I think it's hard to not rate something that really got you into anime as your top tier thing,
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel. Like, I mean, I don't think I have like the things that got me directly into anime as like my top 3 or 4 things, but they're definitely in my top 10. Always, like Full Metal is no way to not put it in your top 10. I don't think there's anyone that can argue that. Like, you can't not have Full Metal in your top 10. Not Brotherhood. Be specific. And so yeah, I thought that was cool, and I thought that was like understated a little bit, like the appreciation of like some of those things that get you into it. I thought was nice, and but yeah, for sure, I don't get the appeal of Attack on Titan, but people love it, man. I don't love Death the anime, but to each their own,
People like a tearjerker, a nice tearjerker,
Yeah, tear, muscles getting jerked, arms getting jerked, heads getting jerked off. Yeah. Oh wait, that sounds weird. But anyway.
Oh Lord.
But yeah. Attack on Titan, and yeah, I mean, just like you said, I keep Naruto on my top 10 when I'm discussing it because of that same reason. It's like nostalgia, definitely some positive vibes there. Yeah, that I'm like, you stay with you. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, great family, and I want desperately want to have a girl that's going to be that attuned to my anime, my anime preferences, and like to know it that well is amazing. It's awesome.
All right,
kids are really sweet too.
Time for the next one.
On to the next one.
Excellent. Right, so we have a really small podcast, super small Crest Station podcast. We're just asking a couple of questions to people. First question: what's your name? And what are you cosplaying as today?
I'm cosplaying as Sanami. Name is Jaquan.
Okay, nice. Sword is crazy nice. Detail is crazy in the hilt. Like it. Okay. And how long have you been watching anime for?
I've been watching anime for like, I don't know, a real long time, like almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. Nice. I like that.
Years, I think. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And all that time, what's your favorite anime of all time?
Yeah, that's a hard question.
I know. If you have to give a top 3, you can give a top 2 or 3.
Yeah, top 3 would be like Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer, and Bleach.
And Bleach. Ooh, I like Bleach. You like the new Bleach?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm with it. Okay, and what's your least favorite anime of all time?
That's almost just as hard.
I know, it's hard. I felt the same. So,
I guess I haven't watched as much One Piece as I should, so I guess I can say One Piece.
One Piece, wow, you're not the only one to say that. So.
Yeah, I did cosplay for One Piece, but I haven't watched enough, so I was going based off how often I've seen it.
That's fair. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. All right, well, thanks, man. Appreciate your time.
No problem.
Yeah.
yeah. I think you said his name was Daquan. But yeah, like he came, and I think there's a consistency we were already noticing, right? It's like, one, people who are cosplaying have been watching anime for some time. And this is really was one of the things that we're wanted to get. It was like, hey, right. what are you cosplaying as? So we were only kind of going to those people. So then seeing like him
but that was majority of people.
Yeah, so. It's like, yeah, I mean that's true too. I mean, you go into a convention, you probably been watching anime for some time. But no, we did. Is spoiler alert. But yeah, and he mentioning again. I think he again said Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer, and Bleach. Again, crazy. I feel crazy nostalgia with Bleach. Now that was the one, like you were saying, like I did that for Naruto to an extent when I was young, but like seeing Shippuden, it was a whole new thing, and that's where I really got into like, oh, okay, I'm dedicated to Naruto now. But like, Bleach was that shit, like every day, and it was like it got to a point where the dub was so far that they had to wait. They would replay the whole arc so that they could
Yeah,
get
yeah,
caught
yeah, yeah.
up. And I would watch the whole shit again. I'm like, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's run it again, you know? And then
Run
they
it
play
back.
like, you know, like the Arankar arcs or whatever. Like,
Yes.
Grimchow fucking fights every single night. Like it's like how many times they gonna play this fight? But it's still good. Let's watch it again. You know, I mean, I don't know. Bleach was definitely one of the ones, and another one that
Yes,
stays
for
on
sure.
my top 10 for nostalgia's sake. But also, it is good. I mean, it's crazy good too. It's
Right, it is.
undeniably
It is.
really good.
Really good. yeah.
So yeah, Bleach being there, and yeah, I'm amazed at so many people Demon Slayer, but it's one of those like
God, Demon Slayer's
artistic
loved.
ones, right? That like it's like
Yeah.
it's gonna stay in people's radar for a while just because of how like artistically it is amazing. So I'll give them that. But yeah. Another great one. Any yeah, you guys.
But like Matt, I didn't watch Bleach until late, so I think we watched. I watched Bleach the same summer you watched Shippuden, so
Oh,
a couple years ago. So, but yeah, it was a good show, and I'm enjoying the new part, Thousand Year Blood War or something like that.
mhm.
So definitely, I can see the appeal of Bleach, Demon Slayer. You know, like you said, it's very beautiful artistically. The drawings are well done. Story, I'm not going to comment on that, but you know, it's a good looking anime. And then Dragon Ball Z, of course, the classic. I was dressed up as a character from there. How can you not like it? So yeah, good picks all around. But then One Piece, like he's gonna make a lot of enemies saying that.
Right?
I know he said it's just because he hasn't watched enough of it, but still, you can't say your least favorite anime is One Piece and get out alive. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna come out unscathed.
It's like one of the big three. It's like, oh yeah, good
I'm the
luck.
second one of the big three mentioned.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in
yeah.
fairness. And I think I want to say both of those were mentioned again as least favorites, I think.
Yeah,
But there was a heck of a. I want to say One Piece had the most cosplays of anything else there. I want to say because there was at least 2 groups of full One Piece for sure,
yeah.
of like 5+ One Piece characters, and then a couple people individual Zoros and Luffy's and stuff. So I would say that's the most cosplay there. So I want to say that might be. It's crazy that it might be the most loved and hated at that convention. Like it actually might be, both, which is crazy. But like, man, like I don't love One Piece the way I used to when it first came out. The first like season, 2 seasons, I loved One Piece, especially the dub. I thought the voices were perfect. But they kind of changed things after that. Like some of the voice actors they changed for the dub, and the plot kind of got a little different. I was like, I kind of fell out of love with it. Kind of stopped watching it. But I don't think of it as a bad anime. It's definitely too long for me to get back into, for sure. Not getting back into it. I'm like, I think I stopped like episode 200 something. I'm way too far away, and I watched 800 episodes. But like, yeah, but I still would never put it my least favorite anime, anywhere near my least favorite. And part of that's because nostalgia's sake. I mean, that intro, that first intro. Oh my freaking gosh, man! The rapper, dude. And the LADY Nami's not. Oh, come on, man! You guys got to be kidding me. Like the intro by itself got to keep it out your least favorite. But anyway, I don't know. Again, everyone has their preferences. But yeah, I think Dragon Ball Z didn't get enough love. I think Dragon Ball Z gets so much saturation as an anime that I think people don't appreciate it as much as they should. Like Dragon Ball Z is a gateway anime for. It might be the biggest gateway anime. Like for most people, like to bring people from that wouldn't normally watch anime into anime, I would say Dragon Ball Z is probably the main thing, especially for our generation. And it doesn't get that much credit because of like, again, when something gets to be too popular, people kind of start to be like, that's not avant-garde enough. It's not niche enough to be a great anime. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be niche to be a great anime. Like it doesn't. So it still needs to get that appreciation. Dragon Ball Z is still top tier and definitely a go anime, like Alonzo said. So I'm glad someone mentioned that. But yeah, yeah, Demon Slayer, man. I think it's fine. I think the art definitely gets people to think a little bit. That's would be my hot take. I think people think Demon Slayer is better than it is because of the artwork, and I don't think it's that great story wise. I don't think it's that great.
He
But
said it. He said it. Y'all come for him.
I mean, did I enjoy watching it? Yeah, it was good. It was fine. But is it anywhere near my top 10? No. Like no. And if you want to watch anime for beauty, watch K. It looks better.
Oh Lord.
And it's like 10 years young. Hey, you better not be K. I will find you. I know where you live. K is that. No, I ain't gonna get into this today. We get into this today. We're gonna do a whole separate anime about our top 10, and we're gonna have this discussion anyway. But good-ish, good top 3 he gave us there. And obviously, I love me some Bleach. Bleach is another one of those for sure, like you said, Robert. That for sure I loved, and I haven't finished watching the new season yet. I started watching it with my brother, and then we never finished it because we got busy during that holiday. But I'm gonna finish that. But yeah, for sure, Bleach is one of my favorites. I mean, just the book Kai. Cold. Ooh, one of the best quotes in the anime, and it's one word, 2 syllables. Fantastic. So, yeah, love it.
Very true. On to the next one.
All right, on to the next one.
Super small podcast, no pressure at all.
It'll be super quick.
Okay, first question. What's your name? What are you cosplaying as?
I'm Bat Von Boone. I'm cosplaying Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Very well. Okay, and how long have you been watching anime?
It's about 4 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
In that time, what's your favorite anime thus far?
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter, I like it. Okay, and what's your least favorite anime of all time so far?
Oh, you're gonna hate me. It's Naruto.
Wow! You're the second person to say that?
Yeah.
Why Naruto? That's okay. I mean, that's surprising. Why? Can I ask why?
Well, I did start watching it when I was very little.
Okay.
And then I was always doing like that Naruto run, of course, like every kid does.
Every kid.
And then I tried watching it again as an adult because I'd never finished it. And I was just like, this is it.
This doesn't hit.
This is
It didn't hit.
What's
Wow.
here?
The Rock Lee
Yeah.
Gara fight, no hit, nothing for you?
No.
Wow.
I haven't gotten to Rock Lee, so maybe it's just
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
Okay.
Enough, but
Get to Rock Lee.
yeah.
That's my. It is super. It's very long.
it is.
Skip as many
All
fillers
the
as you can.
fillers, yeah.
Super. Yeah.
I
Skip
can
the
get
fillers.
past it, so.
Okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You can't say ish till you watch the Rock Lee Gara fight. I ain't say nothing else. Y'all talk after. You can't say ish till you watch that Rock Lee Gara fight. Don't say nothing about Naruto till you watch that fight. Best top 5 fights in all of anime ever. Don't care. Nobody talk to me about that ish. Ever. Anyway, y'all maybe
this definitely was the first one where we're kind of like arguing, you know. We went to like, wait a minute, okay, this can't be the normal thing, right? Because we asked 3 people, 2 people said Naruto, so we're just like, okay, wait, where's this hatred coming from? And yeah, she did get the crux of that, but it Yeah, I definitely agree that like you can't knock it before you try it, right?
Mhm.
But I don't know when the Gara Rock Lee fight is, and I don't know how many episodes in, but it can't be that far in. Right. Tuning exams is the first arc. You know, it's like, what are you saying? But anyways, so I don't know. But yeah, but she was dressed as Rebecca. I was dressed as David Martinez from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and everybody kept saying that. It's like, you gotta find Rebecca. She's in here somewhere. I saw her, you know. And then she finally showed up, and yeah, we had to interview her. And yeah, I mean, what I did want to bring up, 3 years. She said she's only been watching
Right.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was kind of a newbie, and her first one instant. Not even don't need a top
That's what I
3.
noticed. Yeah.
Hunter, first thing, you know, and I think likely that's probably an intro anime, right? Like that was probably her
Mhm.
starter, and yeah, I mean, I've heard, I haven't, people are gonna hate me. I have not seen Hunter x Hunter, but heard it is the best one to be watching. A lot of things are based on that kind of, Hunter x Hunter kind of set the stage for a lot of these. So, um, yeah. So I'm amazed. I'm amazed to just to hear those as first picks out, especially like in this seasons of anime. I would not think that like in the last 3 years, the first thing you would be like to start with is Hunter x Hunter. Also, it's 150 episodes or
Mhm.
120 something, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just like, really? That's how you're getting people to start now? But hey, to each your own. To each your own.
Yeah, I was surprised by that Hunter x Hunter choice because, like you said, it's a lot of episodes. And then when I watched it, I found the early parts of the show to be a slog. I'm just like, how can anybody watch this? But the payoff is great because the last arc is some amazing stuff right there. So good on her for getting through that. But to say you can't get through Naruto, I don't know about that. If you can get through Hunter x Hunter, you can get through the Hunter exams arc. You can get through the tuning exams arc and get to Gara versus Rock Lee and see the greatness with just him dropping weights, and then your eyes will be open. You will be enlightened. You will be bathed in the light that is Naruto greatness.
Right.
But
Yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna pray for her. Pray for her soul. She watches Naruto and comes to understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna join you in that prayer when two or more are gathered. Two or more are gathered. Yeah. I think, man, because that's what triggered me. You can't not watch that fight and judge it, And the first guy, it didn't trigger me because he fully admitted, okay, I haven't watched it. I'm gonna watch it and I'll revise my take then. Fine, I can accept that. She just no. Naruto, I'm she still did not commit to fully watching it, right? She didn't fully commit that she's gonna finish this and finish it and watch it, So I'm like, you gotta commit to finishing it, commit to at least getting through that arc. And I don't think shooting the exams is the first arc, but it's like the second.
Yeah.
I think it's second after
Yeah.
Haku,
Yeah.
Zabuza. I think it's like the first major one, and then I think that shooting the exams is pretty much the next major one outside after that. I don't think there's anything else that happens after the Haku Zabuza fight. So
Yeah, I think there is some like Sasuke being whatever,
Right.
in between that. But yeah,
it's the second major arc, and either way, it's definitely not 100 plus episodes.
Right.
Either way, so I'm just like, you got to, get, even if you just skip everything. I don't forget, skip the whole freaking Zabuza age. Freak it, skip it, fine. Go straight to the tuning exams and watch that ish, and then at least do that and judge it, right? Okay, I'm yelling at this girl. I'm sorry, but I'm just like, man, that is crazy to me. Like the people that just have not given it a full chance. And I feel like for me, I almost felt bad not watching, Shippuden. That's why I just like, all right, well, I'm not watching no other anime until I finish Shippuden. I've watched Shippuden a month or something like that. It's like. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, and I thought that was like the standard. That's like if there's gonna be one anime, I thought almost everyone that watched anime would watch. It would be Naruto, and to be surprised by the number of people we asked that hadn't finished it at that point, it's surprising. But yeah, I was also very impressed by her decisiveness on Hunter x Hunter, and that was like one thing I thought about. Yeah, she was like the first person to be like, and not a lot of people were quick and decisive, and it immediately came to her, which was good. I think Hunter x Hunter is fantastic. I also watched Hunter x Hunter a little later than other people. I think maybe it was either right after Shippuden or right before Shippuden that I watched a couple years ago too. Yeah, a couple years ago. It might have been tail end of undergrad actually. Anyway, it might have been a little bit longer, but I think it was a little bit before Shippuden actually. But and it was also really, really good. I mean, yeah, again, first arcs for sure, Alonzo. It's a little rough, but yeah, the payoff is really good, man. It's really, really good. That final arc is legendary. I mean, That final arc is up there with. I don't know if people could argue top 20, 25 arcs of an anime of all time. Like it is fantastic. It hits every emotion, like and and the animation for that period because it was already a remake. Most people watched the remake version because the first one is like even older, but the remake version was most people watched. And it's already a remake and it's fantastically done for one. But then the animation for that time also really, 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 really good for that time, and especially the fights in that last arc. Oh my gosh, and the character development in that arc for all the characters and oh gosh. Anyway, fantastic. But yeah,
All right. On to the next one.
Next one.
3 minutes. Okay, you want to start? I can do all of them. I can get them into. You want to do it?
It's a test?
It's not a test. It's not a test. It's just questions. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Okay. First question. Okay. Just tell me your name. What you're cosplayed as first.
Hi, my name is Cynthia. I'm cosplaying as York from Spy Family.
Okay. Nice. All right. And how long have you been watching anime for?
I want to say since I was 15.
Okay. So a good
In
little
high
minute.
school, yeah.
Okay. All right. And all that time, what's your favorite anime?
I was into Ghost in the Shell for a minute.
Ghost
but
in the
then
Shell.
I
Okay.
started liking, well, there's Inuyasha, then there's,
Love you to Inuyasha. Okay.
I'm trying to think of one of the classics that I was really into, but I want to say right now,
Mhm.
I like Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan is killing it out here, bro. I don't get it, but okay. People seeing people get 8, I guess. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, no.
Cool. I mean, everyone their own, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and in all that time, your least favorite anime of all time. That's hard.
It went back to Ghost in the
It
Shell.
went from your favorite to your least favorite?
Because like after a while, because I wanted to like learn about all the episodes, all the seasons, and like as I started to learn about all the different like versions of it, I'm just like, okay, I'm actually kind of getting lost.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm probably gonna get like, oh, she's not smart enough to keep.
I don't. I mean,
but I was a kid at the time, and like it was my first anime actually like starting.
That's a tough start, dude.
I just remember waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and Toonami was on, and like you just hear the intro music, and it just allures you, and you just have to like figure out what it is. But when I started learning about all the different like series of it, it's just so much, and it's very political.
It
and
is.
At the time, I was just kind of like, what is anime?
That's a lot for a kid to just get into.
I guess I wanted to feel like I was smart enough to keep up with it, but I just kind of liked it because it reminded me of Metal Gear. I was really into Metal Gear, so Ghost in the Shell gave me a lot of Metal Gear vibes.
That's fair. Yeah, okay. I mean, no, you're not going to get much like. We have people say Naruto and One Piece the most out here so far. People don't like Naruto or One Piece, apparently.
Oh, yeah, Psycho-Pass. Psycho-Pass is good, too. But I haven't started One Piece yet.
Haven't started. Well, if you haven't started One Piece, Psycho-Pass one of the best.
Yeah, Psycho-Pass.
You like Psycho-Pass?
No.
I don't mind it.
To me, it felt episodic, like
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
But
fair.
it's those
is the
like,
story continuing? It's like
it's in brain teaser things. It's like it makes you think, it makes you feel, and it also kind of gets you thinking. It's just if somebody can create it in the anime, how possible is it to be created in a world? Because a lot of times you think, okay, anime is magical, it's fantasy, it's this and that, but then we make it very like into the possibilities of politics, and technology, and all that stuff. It's like, what are the odds of this world ever figuring into something like that? And it just makes you think because it's like how it's not even impossible at this point.
Right. I'm scared AF of them doing that sword art-ish in real life. I'm like, I mean, I want it, but at the same time, I'm trying to get stuck there. That's what Apple's doing. They're gonna get you next iPhone. Gonna get you a chip.
No, thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else want to?
What's the show with the kid with the drilling?
Oh, Gurren Lagann.
Oh, Gurren Lagann. That's up there. Okay, I like Gurren Lagann.
I don't have a least favorite anime. I just have a least favorite part. And
okay, give me your least favorite part.
What was the kid that drew Exodia over the boat? If there was ever a kid.
Oh yeah, with the green hair kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Weedle.
Yeah.
Weedle. I hate that jigger too,
Every
man.
time-
Freak that guy, man.
Every time you wanted to do something bad to somebody, it was that kid that threw Exodia over the
My
boat.
friend, I would have kicked him off the boat. So, bitch, Sparta. Code, yeah, I think Code Loco's an anime.
That was probably another one that branched me off.
Branch you off a little bit. Code Loco was pretty
Yeah,
interesting. It's pretty innovative for the time too. Like, kind of two different. Yeah. Samurai Champloo fire. Love me some Samurai Champloo. All right, how about you? You got the Jujutsu Kaisen?
I don't have a least favorite anime as well.
Okay.
Least favorite part. I mean, I agree with the part he said.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Probably say least favorite season,
Least favorite season. Okay, give me that.
and that's Mob Psycho season 2.
Season 2. Oh my God!
I don't like season 2, man. I don't know what it is. I don't like season 2.
But see, you watched season 3?
No,
You didn't watch season 3 yet?
not yet.
Okay. All right. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
So not yet.
Season
Not
3,
yet.
it hit different. Season 3 hit different. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna have to see it. I ain't watched it yet,
Okay.
but I'm gonna watch it.
All right. I believe in you. Okay. What's your favorite one?
Favorite? I mean, I kind of have a choice.
All right. Give me the top 2 or 3.
So I'm gonna have to go Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, very good.
I'm gonna have to go Mob Psycho season 1,
Okay. All right. I'll take that.
and I mean Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Okay.
As only because I grew up with.
Nobody can argue.
Like,
Yeah, you can't argue classics. You can argue what got you into it.
Yeah,
Right, I feel that. Yeah, a couple times people said
Like,
Dragon Ball.
yeah, I
Yeah,
grew
Dragon
up
Ball's
with
big
it.
on it. Yeah,
That's what I keep telling people is like, hey, you kind of got to grow up with it.
yeah, exactly. It's
You
different.
can't just tell somebody like Dragon Ball is what you
Right.
should watch, because then they like,
And they
or,
watching
like,
it with a different frame. They watching it.
yeah,
with.
because they kind of judging it off of other animes.
Exactly, and it's a different, it's own thing.
Yeah.
I feel you. All right, I like that. I appreciate y'all, man.
No
For
problem.
talking to us. So the podcast.
Yeah. Cynthia and friends. Yeah, I mean, she was cosplaying as what's her name? Yor from Spy Family. Which again, all these new shows that I'm amazed that like everyone is hopping on. I mean, Jujutsu, Spy Family. It's like, oh man, no one's well, I won't say no one, but not a lot of cosplay on some of the classics.
Classics.
But yeah, other than One Piece apparently. And yeah, she was mentioning Ghost in the Shell, and that was her main one. For some reason, all of this whole group is confused on whether they hate something or they like something. Like, she said that was one of her favorites, and now one of her least favorites.
Right.
It
Crazy.
came once she started actually thinking about what it really was about. She's like, "Oh, this is actually awful." But, yeah. I just want to call out Psycho-Pass since they brought it up. Look, all right, I'm fine with Psycho-Pass, but it just felt like it could have a ending, and that's a problem I have with shows in general. Is that, hey man, you're building this narrative to something, and I want to feel it collapse. But in this show, it does not do that. It does not collapse. I get to the end, and they're like, well, let's hard reset, move to season 2. And I'm like, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You wasted my time. I hate you. And they're like, well, there's politics in there. You realize that she can't really do anything because the corporation is controlling every bit of it. I don't care. I don't care. What's not? This is not real life. This is anime. You said something very similar to me before, Matt. You're like, I'm not here, and that's I think where we were talking about, like, why not watch some of these sad shows? You get to feel like real emotion and stuff. You're like, I'm not trying to feel real emotion. I'm trying to like enjoy my time watching these shows. I want to see a fantasy thing. I want to be, I'm like, yeah, I guess I agree in that aspect too. Where I'm just like, I do not want to, go and watch a show that's literally just like, oh, this is, White House, the anime. Like what? I don't want to see that. But anyway, so Only gripes I have. Everything else is straightforward. Very good. Cool people.
My man said he did not like Mob Psycho season 2. Nah, I could not believe it when he
I
said
don't
that.
understand it. I don't get it.
I don't understand either, man. Like season 2 was a lot of action. If I remember correctly, he was still fighting Claw, but it was some great fights. Like, I mean, how can you hate it? I don't understand, but to each their own, I guess. Hopefully, he sees season 3 and reconsiders, because season 3 do hit different, like you said. Even that one episode with the aliens, but
yeah, that was still good. That was still good.
Still good. Yeah. I just hope he sees the light. You know, another soul I'm gonna pray for.
We're gonna be having a lot of prayers. This prayer circle gonna take forever, man. We got all these souls to save, man. We may as well be soul reapers at this point, man. Yeah. That one was definitely the standout. I'm just like, it was just funny to me to think that group that, yeah, for sure, they were like my favorite and least favorite is the same thing, which is crazy to me. So I guess it's like love and hate is like, you know, two sides of the same coin, I guess. And I'm just like, that's crazy to me. Like, but like, yeah, I thought that was interesting to me because like what she said, that whole thing about waking up at like 3 a.m. Toonami, you just hear like the theme is playing. That brought me so much nostalgia. Like, I was like, yo, like that was like the best thing. I don't know, like you just wake up and like it's like some crazy thing, like, oh, what? And you just like, you're blurry out, you're like, what the freak is this? You're like, oh. You look at the times, like ridiculous hour of time. Your parents were asleep, so they didn't wake you up to tell you to go to bed and get mad at you for leaving the TV on like they normally do. And it's just like, you're just there. You're just like, oh, well, I'm up now, so I guess I'll watch whatever this is. And it's like, oh, this is weird. I say, well, I'm watching it. This is all right. Because I guess I'll try and catch it next week. And then you miss 3 weeks or something, and you wake up at 3 a.m. again. You catch another episode. It just was so nostalgic, man. It was so good, and that's so true. Like, for me, it was like Casher and Sins, and I was like, Casher and Sins made no sense to me as a kid. I was like, this is way over my head. But it's like you just wake up and it's like theme and all this stuff, and it's just like I said, that feeling of like almost like wonderment, like of just waking up to like this new thing that you've never seen, this crazy hour, just you. It's just you and like this show, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just a different feeling. Like that really resonated with me, that feeling. But yeah, for sure. Mob Psycho, he has to watch season 3 before he says anything else about it. Like, something wrong with that. That's crazy. I can't believe that one. But yeah, definitely, again, really glad that people are giving the homages to the classics like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So definitely glad about that. But yeah, weird group with their fickleness.
I remember Bebop. That's one of the themes I remember waking up to so many times. I'm just like, oh gosh, what? Yeah. Hard sax or whatever.
No, for sure, Bebop was one.
Oh,
yeah.
God. And then just watching like clips, you're like, I do not understand what's happening, but
right, but this is all right.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. Right.
Anyways,
gosh. Black Lagoon too for me. But anyway, next one.
All right, give it a second.
Nah, no problem.
I'm not. And I'm his assistant producer.
You're assistant producer. Dedication. We're just talking crap.
I upload video on YouTube. Period. So you what? I upload. I press the upload button. Content manager? There you go. Content manager. There you go.
There we go. Anyway. All right. So we got some questions for our very meager podcast without official production. But we're just asking some quick questions. So first off, we're asking what people's names are and cosplaying as. So you want to start?
Oh, this is a cosplay thing. I don't do that. Sorry.
Well, do you watch anime?
Huh?
Do you watch anime?
not remotely enough to really attend here. But I'm just here to try to like.
Shame for shame. Fine, fair enough. Okay.
I'm Timothy Thompson. I'm cosplaying Bob from Overwatch.
Okay, cool. And how long have you been watching anime?
I'm 31 now, so I think I started when I was like at least in single digits.
Okay. Okay, so we're going around 20 years. Around 20 years. Okay, I like it. All right, and all that time, what's your favorite anime of all time?
Bleach.
Bleach. Okay, classic. And all that time, what's your least favorite anime of all time?
Least favorite?
Least favorite.
I don't think I have a least favorite, honestly.
Okay. Least favorite part, season, least favorite character.
Least favorite season is definitely the Bout arc of Bleach.
Oh yeah.
Nobody likes
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, least favorite character. Mineta. From My Hero.
Wow. Wow, you doing Mineta like that? Why? What did he do to you?
Great brushes.
Can't say what?
Great brush.
You don't need to be a pervert at 12, dog.
Yeah, high school like 14. I don't think it's any better, but
Just Mineta's just annoying all around. I can't stand the boy.
Sticky balls.
I mean, right.
You were his lord. How could you fire?
Not working out well. Okay. Yeah, that's all we got, right?
Yeah, no, I would ask you.
Okay, you want extra questions. Questions. Here you go.
We know each other personally.
Extra questions.
So, do you have a character that you're like, this character is me? This is
Shikamaru Nara.
Really?
This man.
Shikamaru Nara, the lazy genius.
Yeah.
All his potential wasted.
You know, that's so funny because, like, you know,
Or Moroku from Inuyasha.
Wow, he's
Kind of a bit of a.
perverts.
Hold on, he was a man. Well, he was kind of a boy too.
Yeah, I mean, he's like right on the cusp. 18, probably.
man
right there.
It's okay.
Hey, straight down from the record. Delete that recording.
And then also, what is your go-to if you're gonna like introduce somebody to anime?
JoJo's.
You tell them the first thing to watch is
JoJo's.
JoJo. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to watch a storyline that like is all intertwined and like cohesive, JoJo's. Well, maybe cohesive is like
Is JoJo
a loose
done?
word.
Is JoJo done?
No.
What?
He just
The
released.
first thing I want you to watch is still going.
You know, no.
Finish with it.
So, well, yeah. At least I didn't say One Piece.
I'm fully aware of what is the grand.
One Piece is 1,000 episodes.
I know, but
You know how much JoJo you can watch in 1,000 episodes? All of it.
To somebody to start with.
For One Piece, to somebody who's never seen anime before? No.
Yeah, no, I didn't say One Piece. I said JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I want that on record.
It is either.
Part 9 just came out manga wise.
But wait a
So,
second. If the standard is quality or quantity or like completion, I guess you have to sort of start there with an understanding of who you're even talking to.
If you want to go that route, then like if you want to just start, I could say Fully Cooley. That's only 7 episodes.
True.
And that's what I'm thinking.
12, we want to do Dead Man Wonderland. 12, also, we want to do Future Diary. Not 12, but like it depends what person's into as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's it.
A lot of dead air there.
Yeah, that was longtime friend Tim. He was like back in middle school and high school. He was my neighbor right across the street from me. Like if I leave my house, that's where his house was, and we would so many times. We'd be over his house at night because he was a latchkey kid. He was home alone when his mom would go to work late nights. She was a nurse, so literally we would go over and watch anime and play games over his house all the time. So it was literally like when he started mentioning these characters, it just started bringing up so many memories that I was just like, oh my god, like Moroku and stuff. And I was like, I remember him actively, like, you know, not to bring so much cringe in here, but like him pretending to be Moroku, like while we were over his house and stuff. You know, it's like wind tunnel, like kind of shit. Like, I'm like, okay, right, for real.
They expose this man.
And I'm just like, oh man, that's so funny that. But yeah, He brought up Bleach again. I don't have to rehash that. Bleach is amazing.
Right.
But he also did the love hate relationship, just like the other group, right? It's just like, hey, I hate this one little part in this amazing series too.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like sometimes that's such a good thing in anime though that it does, where it's just like, here's this low that we're gonna give you so that it ramps up, so that it gets really really good. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes anime does that. Like Gurren Lagann did that, where it's like, oh yeah, the first few episodes are gonna be nothing. You're gonna hate it, and then it goes like, all right, and this action, and now action, 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 action. You know, it's like it kind of like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
True.
And yeah, what else he bring up? I mean, he brought up Shikamaru as a character trait, and yeah, one thing that I want to talk about is like, it's like, yeah, how he says the you know, the genius that isn't, you know, using his you know, his
Full
his
intellect.
right. And um yeah, and I think that uh that is the same for um that's the same how I feel sometimes, where I'm just like, oh, okay, well, you know, I want to do all these things, but I also would rather just be lazy. You know, so that's but yeah, and also when we were young, that's one thing that we were super into. Like there's this like Naruto like online game that you could play, and we're super into it. And we like, you could build your own like profile pages and all this stuff. And anyways, like, you make your own clans and all this other stuff. And it was like, it was so like Shikamaru focused, because we're so into him and all the things he could do. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about.
JoJo as a starter anime, I like JoJo a lot. It's got some great parts to it, but as a starter anime, I don't know if that's good enough. I mean, it's good enough. I don't know if it's appropriate as a starter anime because of all the episodes, of all the different types of, you know, things that are going on. You got your vampires, you got your ghosts, you got your gorillas and all that shit. No, that's only part one, but still, or part two, I can't remember. There's so many parts now. 9 parts in the manga, 5 or 6 parts in the anime now. Jesus Christ, there's so much. I don't know if I would recommend it as a starter anime. Certainly down the road, you got to watch it because it's greatness. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Don't start off with JoJo. It's too much.
Yeah. I think that was Robert's argument that it was a bit much, and I tend to agree. I definitely start someone off with something a little lighter, but I mean, I also think the producer's kind of point is my main point. You want to do something that is tailored to the person. That's for sure what I do. I tailor it to whatever person I'm talking to, because I mean, it's so many anime out there. We've talked about this before. It's like there's thousands of anime out there. So you want to if you want to really get someone into it, you want to give them something that kind of already appeals to your taste in general. So for sure, there's some things that I think most people like, but then again, certain things other people like a little bit more than others. So yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I think intro anime is a tough one, but I think definitely better to person specific. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's almost nice to hear Robert talk about this nostalgia and then also expose his friend's Shinibio stage. but I mean, but yeah, I think it's again, Bleach appreciation, which is good, and again, kind of goes back to just showing people, you know, just appreciating what they came up on, you know, like, and it's hard to dissociate that from, like, because that kind of makes your standard, you know, for anime, like whatever you were brought up on. So I think it's cool. Like I said, that is what people use as their bar, and it's probably what most people do with most things, you know, with food and everything too, you know. So I think it's the right thing to do. But yeah, for sure, starter anime, probably picking some other things. But yeah.
and
Right,
that's that'd probably be good anime to or a good podcast episode.
Right?
Talking
Yeah, yeah.
about starters. All right,
For
I
sure.
think we probably only got time for that last one.
All right. Well, let's see. I'll play the last one then.
Let's do it. You guys have like a few minutes just for the quick questions.
Man, as soon as I take the wig off, too.
All right, you got start. Okay, hey, so we do a very, very, very chill podcast. It doesn't do any, honestly, super small. But we just have a couple quick questions about anime. So first question, what's your name and what are you dressed as?
I'm Sierra, and I'm just this bunny suit Mitsuri from Demon Slayer.
Nice. Okay, and so how long have you been watching anime?
Oh, good question. Well, my whole family watches anime, so I've kind of been watching anime since I was born.
Wow, okay. So bred into it.
I'm 27.
Okay, bred into anime. I like it. Okay, so you watch a lot of anime, I assume. What is your least favorite anime of all time?
Oh.
That's a hard question, I know. That's why I thought of it.
I don't remember. I know there's a few that I hate with my entire core being. But
All of it, okay.
I just can't remember.
Okay. You just put it out of your mind because it's so bad you don't want to think about it. Okay. So how about this? What anime character do you most identify with?
Probably, it's going to sound silly, but Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I really liked and identified with him a lot.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I like it. All right, your turn, sir. What's your name?
My name's Dylan.
Okay, and what are you dressed as?
Shido Ryusei.
Nice.
From Blue Block.
I appreciate my Blue Lock brother right here. Okay, and how long have you been watching anime?
Let's see. I'd say around 2000 era.
Okay, so a good minute. Toonami. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Toonami's like the king of introducing people to anime. I think it's almost everyone's start. Well, she's bred into it, so a little different, but still. Okay, and what is your least favorite anime of all time?
This one's definitely hard. You know what? Testament of a New Sister Devil.
Oh, okay.
That was just DxD, but just remade.
Yeah, with the super complex, huh?
Yeah.
It's really good.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was. It was a little weird. Okay. All right, I'll give you guys that. Thanks, Ash, for taking a second to talk to us.
What about the character he identifies
He did?
as?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say that's one. Okay. Do you know what character you most identify as?
Bond from Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, that's a good one. It just makes you feel invincible.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I think everyone has that everyone's so chill, you know.
God, that's so nice. Yeah, really.
But yeah. I mean, I think you definitely wanted to talk about that aspect of her being brought up with anime, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess the newer age people that's the thing now, right? You know, it's like that definitely wasn't a thing for us. You know what I mean? Like,
no, not at all.
My family knew nothing of anime and still don't really.
Right.
Yeah, like you were saying, like growing up, anime wasn't big thing in my household, other than like Pokemon, some smatterings of Dragon Ball Z. I didn't get into anime till like middle school, and I was watching Naruto on YouTube. That was my introduction to YouTube, by the way. But still,
nice.
Crazy to hear people are being brought up on that stuff now. I saw my sister at Superstar Anime Convention, and she had her baby with her. So she's probably going to be growing up with anime as well. So congrats to her. She made it. She hit the jackpot in life. I wouldn't say that. My sister is crazy. But if you're listening, I'm sorry, but you are crazy. Yeah. And identifying as Jotaro, I respect that a lot. So that's all I got to say.
Which part is Jotaro from?
Fucking the Stardust Crusaders. He's like part 3 onwards, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. I mean, but you're saying new age. She's not that much. She's only like a few years younger than us. So it's not even like that big of a difference. But I just want, I guess certain people, anime's been around a long time. It was around, for a long time. So I mean, it's not like there surely were people before, our generation that were still in the anime that just were fewer in number, So I guess she got one of those few that were like, really into it. And I guess they just kind of, kept that up, and she was literally just bored into it, which is kind of cool, in my opinion, at least. And I think like that aspect of it is great, and I think also just the aspect of how much more accepted anime is now is great. I know some people don't like it because there's like a lot of casuals that are into certain anime, and I'm like, I don't care about that really, because the more people that are into anime, the more anime we get, and the more anime we get, the more good anime we get. We hope. At least that's the numbers game says that, at least. So I don't have an issue with it. People that want to try and gatekeep anime, I'm like, stop it. Let's make sure we're letting it be an inclusive environment, and that's kind of like what I felt like at this convention, because we had someone with us, my friend here, that has never really been super into anime. She's watched a few. I kind of like put her onto some, but never been like on her own really big into anime. But she went to the convention and had a really, really good time, and like no one ever gave her a hard time. No one was like, she wasn't cosplayed as anyone in particular, so it was like, it wasn't even like, no pressure, no like judgment, none of that was there, and that's, I think, is great, because like a lot of us that were into anime, especially, as we were kids, younger, it's like middle school, high school, like definitely was not an in thing. Definitely got made fun of. Definitely got picked on. Got like, excluded because of interest in anime. It was made into this big thing. All you guys just anime. Naruto run and try and cast jutsu and stuff. And I'm like, now it's like everywhere. And now it's like, still people saying the same things. Oh, it's for kids. Still people saying the dumb inch, which is stupid. We've had a whole separate podcast on that. But I think that, just letting it not become that kind of environment for other people that are coming into anime, letting it be inclusive, and not like how a lot of us who are into anime had to deal with that exclusion that we had to deal with growing up, is always, it's like one of my favorite things about it. It just makes it so easy to kind of bring more people in. And I think when people see that, they kind of, even if people don't get into anime a lot, it puts them in a position where they have more respect for anime and the people that watch it in a different perspective. And I think that's what my friend that's not big on anime, I think that's what she took away from it, is that she thought it would be a different experience, a little bit, too much and overwhelming, and people would be kind of all on her like, oh, you aren't into it, like, you're just here to just soak in our culture and appropriate our anime culture, and it wasn't like that at all. And it was this really, really, really cool environment. So I'm just like so happy that there's like a place like that, so it was awesome. And yeah, really cool talking to them, and like Bond, of all people, like the immortal Bond. It's a crazy person to feel like, but like, if you want to identify as someone, pick someone that'll make you feel stronger, and Bond will definitely do that. But yeah, and shout out to him for being the only other guy. There was a couple of us, but the only one of the only other guys there. We were just with Blue Lock. I wish we could have got a full picture of all the guys, just some Blue Lock characters. But love me some Blue Lock. Obviously, soccer and anime are two favorite things combined into one. How could I not love it? So, but yeah, shout out to him. Good stuff.
Yeah. Again, seeing some new age anime that cosplayed as that's pretty cool, and it seemed like that was pretty popular theme there. It's kind of like, even in the anime competition that, or the cosplay competition, that was kind of the cool thing, was like, oh, if you can make something that's just released and make a character of them, a cosplay as them, then you get plus, whatever score, so that was cool to see. Yeah, definitely some of those characters. Yeah, I don't know. I do want to shout out Will Mallory. He was dressed as cosplaying as Link with the Royal Guard. He gotta he was pretty cool. And then the three guys there too. I mean, gosh, I wish I had their names. Do you know
Right?
what clip that was, Alonzo? Because could we at least could play the beginning just to introduce
Yeah, I
each
got
other?
the clip. The Lelouch guys.
Yeah.
Step one, record.
Well, just give me your name and what you're dressed as.
My name is Bodhi, and I'm dressing as Lelouch from Code Geass.
I'm Caleb, and I'm dressed as Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist.
And I'm Solaire, or I'm Cole. I'm dressed up as Solaire from Dark Souls.
Yeah. And I just want to make sure that those guys, get their shout out because, they were super chill, super cool, and good talking to them too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they were.
that-
Before that, I wanted to say that those guys, might have had the best cosplays, and they were not
100%.
into the cosplay competition. The Alphonse. Okay, first off, the Lelouch cosplay was insane. It was perfect, and there was a point where he was standing on like this overpass and just gazing at the people regally, and it was freaking perfect. I was like, "This is the winner. This is the winner." He didn't even enter the competition, which is amazing. Just to go, just to show your appreciation, not enter competition or anything. So freaking cool. But I mean, my God, it's so cool. I should have asked to see the helmet. The helmet was so freaking fire, so fire, man. And then the dude dressed as Alphonse. He made the whole Alphonse armor himself. That is crazy, dude. That amount of effort. I'm sorry. That there was two people. There's a kid dressed as Bedman from Guilty Gear, and the Alphonse from my friend there. There's no way anyone put in more effort into their cosplay than those two. I'm sorry, and I don't think either of them won. I think the person that won was like, no offense to them, because I think they put in a good amount of effort to theirs, but it was more flashy. It was like they had lights on. There's like some futuristic Zelda, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And they had like lights and stuff on it, which is cool, great. I get that, but I'm sorry, dude. Like the craftsmanship in those two, my God, dude, like it was crazy. Oh my gosh, and I gotta love and Code Geass is my favorite anime, and I wanted to go as Lelouch, and can I tell you the amount of money that cosplay probably cost him?
Right,
a lot.
That's for a lot of people in there, like dressed to the nines, and yeah, it must have been expensive. Must have.
So really glad they showed that they did that, but like. Yeah, I just gotta say, man, yeah, that was awesome. And like I said, it's just awesome. It was just an awesome experience to go to a place where like, and I mentioned this when we left, like a place that I'm sure a lot of these people feel like one of the few places where they feel like completely themselves. And you can just go somewhere and like feel like you're not going to be judged, you're not going to be questioned, you're not going to be like looked at funny. You're going to in fact be the opposite, looked at with like admiration and awe for like being yourself and like being into the things that you like. And I just love that people can do that and have that kind of place. It was just great. And I'm glad that I went, because I've been to anime for a long time and I never really wanted to go to a convention. I was like, well, I know I'm in the anime, what's the point of me going to a convention? But it's like to go and be a part of it and like the cosplay in it, even if it was like, well, I thought it was a pretty basic cosplay, and we still, again, like Alonzo said, we're recognized and we got, conversation started on what we were wearing and stuff. And even though we thought it was basic and it was just cool. It was just a cool experience, just to, like I said, just to be amongst that, just all positivity. It was just all positivity for 2 days, which you just don't get in life as an adult. Like, it was great. It was great. Shout out to everybody at Superstar Anime. We'll be back for sure.
Mm-hmm. Next one will be Necco in Hampton. There's probably a lot of people going from Superstar going to that. So that'd be good.
Yeah, hopefully. Apparently bigger. So. Than even Superstar, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it was so good, man. It was extra good.
Did I hear my word? All right, extra time. So, news broke earlier last week that soccer player known as Neymar reached a deal with the Saudi Arabian soccer club Al Hilal. According to Forbes, the contract he signed is worth a reported $300 million for 2 years. So that is a lot of money. So apparently, the 31-year-old Neymar will be getting perks such as a private plane, a mansion, a full-time staff, and a fleet of supercars. What I wouldn't give to be him right now. My gosh. Like I always say, breed your kids up to be sports stars. Like, you know.
Breed your kids.
Yeah. That's all right. Yeah.
You need to be Neymar.
Hello, my name's Alonso, and breed your kids to be a superstar.
Keep trying. Keep trying till you get a LeBron.
Speaking of winning, the birth lottery, though. Oh my God. You know, or imagine that shit. Okay, anyways, continue.
Crazy.
In other soccer news, Lionel Messi led the currently last place in Major League Soccer Inter Miami to the Leagues Cup Championship. The Leagues Cup is a special soccer tournament here in the U.S., but the man has been a scoring machine. He scored 10 goals in 7 games in the tournament, which is ridiculous. He put out a statement saying that the MLS could one day be at the level of European soccer, but his dominance shows that the skill difference is real. And, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Sorry, but that's...
In fairness, he's the best player on the planet still. So, I mean, no one's better than him. He at least top 3. I'm just saying.
Top 3, sure. Okay, we'll give him that. In sad news, Michael Oher of the movie Blindside fame and former first-round pick for the Baltimore Ravens back in 2009, he had to put out a statement that everything he believed about his adopted family, was a lie, and now he put out a lawsuit against them, the family, the Tuohys. So he's saying he was never adopted by them and unknowingly put into a conservatorship, which strips the decision-making abilities from someone. Most famously, Britney Spears had one and couldn't really do anything without permission. So Michael is saying the movie made him look stupid and that the family got royalties from the movie in a book and that he received nothing. So hopefully the truth will come out, but it's sad to see that the family is being broken up by this. All the best to Michael. He didn't pan out in the NFL, but he certainly was a player who put his all out there on the field. So we'll see how that goes. And then finally, NBA player James Harden of the Philadelphia 76ers, well, currently of the 76ers, was in China last week promoting the game and his brand, and he made waves by calling the president of the 76ers a liar and that he would never work with him anymore. Harden's under contract for millions of dollars, by the way, but calling the guy who calls the shots a liar and that you don't work with him anymore is a bold strategy. We'll see if it works out.
Probably not.
But this sort of brazen display of discontent is something I wish I could do when I was growing up or at my job. You know, just tell my mom that she's a liar. I ain't going to follow her rules. Or tell my boss I'm never going to work for them again and still get paid. You know, have you guys ever felt that way at any part of your life? Is there something you hypothetically wish you could say to someone in a position of power in your life?
I mean, yeah, I absolutely. I will say. I mean, there's so many times. I mean, you brought up work, and you know we have these conversations offline so many times about how I'm just like, all right, I hate what's happening to me, and what can I do to change that? And yeah, I wish that I could call people out sometimes. Definitely. Now, with family though, now that's a different thing. And I swear, okay. So this is what I've been doing recently, and I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Look, if I'm gonna call someone out if they are doing something, obviously they're trying to hurt me in some way, I'm gonna call it out. I usually don't do this. I'm considerate. I'm super like I want people to be happy, and that's it. But now I'm like, okay, well, if you're trying to make me unhappy, I'm going to call you out. What are you trying to do by doing this thing, right? So like recently, somebody called me out about balding, like my hair or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Every time you do this, I don't say anything. And I just want to know, why are you doing this? And they were like, "Well, I didn't mean it like that. I was just joking." I'm like, "You're joking, right? I'm not part of this joke. You're just joking me." You know what I mean? And you just know that I don't care, right? So, and then he was kind of just like, "Well, I didn't mean it like that." And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, you're not the only one who does this, and it's because your family is raised to call people out on their physical appearances. This whole time. Anyways, big thing. I definitely have been doing this more, and it's cathartic. It's great. You should do it. All of you. Call out people on their bullshit. Call them out, dude. Anyways.
I for sure. There's so many times with family I wanted to do this. With family though, I'm African, so it's a little bit different. it's a little bit different. You're never too old to try and catch the hands from your dad or your African dad in an African household. And even if I think I can take him, I also don't want to fight my dad. So I still avoid that. I subtly call things out. I'm like, on certain decisions, like, okay, so, you wanted to buy this grill, but you what you say you want me to pay the phone bill this month. Like, okay. So why are you buying this grill then? We don't need a grill, but you need your phone, whatever. So, but again, do I call it out? Yeah. Probably am I still nice about it? Yeah. But I think it's something I really wish I could do. I don't really care that much about it. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's like for my family stuff, immediate family, all that stuff kind of rolls off my back at this point, it's like, because you just deal with it for so long. It's like, whatever, for me at least, so I'm like, whatever.
100%. Same for me too.
Right. Mm-hmm. But for people, I think at like work and stuff, there are so many times at work I'm just want to like, I'm just like, I understand everyone has difficulty, everyone has off days, right? But it's like me in my position, we're like not allowed to have off days or bad days, and it's like, we have a bad day or off day, we get yelled at by everyone else. Everyone else is the problem with us. It's like, oh, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? And it's like, okay. But if someone else has an off day or bad day, it's like everyone else comes to us and is like, okay, be lenient on them. Give them time. Give them opportunity. Give them a chance. They just had an off day. It's like, so they're allowed to have off days or bad days, or to have days where they don't feel it, or days where they make a mistake. But if we make a mistake, it's crucifixion. It's like two-page email. It's warnings. It's talking to supervisor. It's like all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, like, can we get equal treatment? And I for sure would love to be able to just yell at them, like, okay, like next time they do that to me, but okay, so next time I F up, then I hope you say this to me. I hope you say, give him some leeway. I hope you say that, I would love to say that for sure. Would they even listen even if I did? Probably not, but these corporations. But I mean, for sure wish I could do that, especially because some people like repeatedly at work F up, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get you have an off day, but every day can't be an off day. Every day can't be an off day. Like, come on, man. Like, at some point, you're just not even trying to do right. And that is annoying. To be held to a standard that other people in your workplace are not is super, super, super annoying and unfair, in my opinion. Especially in my current position where like they are getting paid like the same as me right now. It's like, or more. And I'm like, okay, so technically my title is technically a, I don't know what to say, more, seasoned title, but in pay, they are more seasoned. So they should have more responsibility than me, but whatever. Anyway, that's the issue. I wish I could call out more, but I'm just like, you know what? I just want to get through this period of my life and be done. So I'm just gonna suck it up and move past it. But for sure, I think when I'm in fully past this stage, I'll probably be more open to speaking. And I think as I've been in this program, I've been speaking up more because I'm like, okay, I'm in my last year. They can't get rid of me at that point. They don't have enough people anyway. I'm gonna speak up anyway, because I'm like, they're not gonna get rid of me. I know I'm good at my job, and I know they're gonna replace me at this last possible moment. It's a bad look on them anyway at this point. So, but yeah, so, for sure. But no. If I was getting paid multiple millions, Jigga, I'm gonna shut up and dribble.
Yeah, I ain't saying shit. Ain't no way I'm saying shit.
100 mil to not deliver in the playoffs.
What?
I ain't saying nothing. What? Harden ain't delivered at all in the playoffs. ever in life. And he wants to complain right now. You're the liar. You said you were good. You said you were clutch. You lied. You lied too. So y'all both liars together. So you're on the same team. Good. Like, come on, man. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying athletes don't have right to complain about certain things, but about sporting things, especially when you're not doing your part, don't complain about that part. Come on, stop it.
What would you say, Alonzo? Say it now. Go ahead. Let your boss have it.
Don't get fired.
You insult. No.
Lovely human being.
You are great, and thank you for paying my salary.
But yeah, I think that basically wraps it up for today. This was good. I like I said, I really enjoyed Superstar Anime Con. Thank you for everybody that spoke to us, and if you're watching and subscribe to the people that subscribed as well, especially, thank you guys for that. Hope you enjoy this episode. Like I said, drop comments, drop likes, drop, whatever you want to. If you have an idea for an episode you want to see us do or talk about, we're also down to do that. We're always looking for new ideas and new content to go and do. And hopefully, you see you guys at, NecoCon, because we'll definitely be in there, and we'll try and come up with a even better cosplay. Maybe a group cosplay this time too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks guys for listening, and thanks for taking the time to procrastinate with us. We out.